Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome back to another episode of Gordon's Garage, where I attempt to put a lift kit on this truck. Never done it before. A little bit scared, I ain't gonna lie. I'm also scared my lift won't work. I just had a new seal put in it and I know there's a little bit of air in the lines. And the last thing I want is this thing get halfway up and come tumbling down after doing all of that paint and body work. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of bite my nails on that. Meanwhile, y'all can sit there and like, share, subscribe, go to Facebook and find Gordon's Garage, and Twitter, Gordon's Garage. Yeah, man alive. It's time to get this thing up in the air. Let's go. Okay, got it in the air. I want to go higher, but not just yet because I've got a lot of stuff to do that's at the wheel level. And then, yeah, that was sketchy. One thing I noticed is if you look at the front tire, it's leaning in a little bit. So is the other side. So that means if I'm thinking like I'm going to align this thing while it's in the air, that's a bad idea. You need the weight on the wheels. The suspension will correct the wheel, make it up and down. Yeah, then align it. So yeah, we got all that to do. So let's see what I can do. I don't know where to start. I got to get my phone here to bring up all of the instructions and stuff. So I might not video a lot of this, but truck is in the air, tires are coming off. This kit has got to go on. I need to quit stalling. I'm scared, and that's where you start stalling. So here we go. We're gonna get this put together right. All right. I know I couldn't film all that stuff, but I've got good ways, and I've decided to break in here and show you the progress. I've got the suspension torn and blown completely off the truck. And I've got my homemade forklift cherry picker up in here because it's going to come in real handy when you need to hold. Right now we're pulling out the steering rack. So it's going to come down onto these forks and it's going to keep it from hitting the ground when the bolts come out. And then next we're going to be taking probably this thing out. Haven't got that far in the instructions, but I'm sure it drops. So yeah. We got a little further to go. We're still removing parts. We're not adding parts to the truck yet. So I'm getting there. We got all of the suspension drive axles out. My poor truck. Okay, let me get back to it and see how far I can get today. Oh yeah, this little forklift cherry picker has been coming in so handy when you're a one-man band trying to put a lot of heavy stuff in the air. Man, so the rack and pinion, the whole unit, yeah, that's heavy, it falls out, and you need this. Then you've got your drive axle, that's, yeah, you need it, it's heavy, it comes out and it has to go back in. These cross members, they're not too heavy. I put those in pretty easy. These axles I put in pretty easy, but I'm using them to put in the knuckle. The knuckle is this piece back here, plus the caliper, the rotor. It's got to go back up in there. So I'm calling it quits on today. I've got one more to go back up. It's on the ground right here, ready to go. I've got my forklift in the air, ready to lift it up and bring it up to the height where I can, because you got to stab this bolt, and you got your steering, you got to stab, and then up here you got another one to get stab. And while you're doing all those, you got to get this thing through the center and those splines. Ooh, I tell you what, it's work. It's real work. If you ever questioned, should you do this yourself or pay someone? If you actually have the option to pay someone. This is hard. This is really hard. But I'm proceeding on. I've got this side to do, and then I'll start doing the back. And then I got the body lift kit part. Yeah. Oh man, I've got a lot of more clearance in there now. It looks like I need to do some painting right down through there. Cleaning and painting, yes. And yeah, same with the front. I'm gonna have a lot more room. Okay, a little side note here. I've picked up some beef jerky packets from the little grocery store, the little gas station, and this one's bacon. And that's actually just bacon. They just cooked some bacon and threw it in a bag and said, there you go. it's you know how whenever the oil turns into like a white paste, it's grease. Yeah, it's got little pieces of grease on it and stuff. I didn't know you can eat that not hot. Like, you don't have to heat it up. Just eat it straight up. Okay. Okay. We're gonna say it's okay. Got my Gatorade, got my bacon. We're ready to go. This is ridiculous. Okay, one other thing I'm gonna do is completely out of nowhere. These things right here, I don't know what these things are for. They're welded to the truck frame on both sides, but it's not flat. It's like angled forward. It's weird. I don't know what it's for at all. It doesn't attach to the bumper. It doesn't hold on to the tow hook. I have no idea. But in the future, I'm thinking right here is going to be a winch, and I want a flat surface to go to, and I think that's gonna get in the way. So I'm gonna get my grinder and cutter wheel out. We're gonna get rid of those suckers real quick and try to get this bumper on. All right, those are pretty easy to install, especially when you already had a set already in there. So I just got a couple little bitty holes here I need to fill in with the little plastic grommets, and we're done with that. Then I'm gonna move on to the airbags. I lifted the truck and the axle is dropped down. Let me show you. Okay, so you can see whenever you put this block in that it's going to drop your axle down, and now this doesn't reach the airbag. Actually, the airbag is a little higher than it's supposed to be. It'd be down a little bit further. So all I'm doing is lifting the truck this much. So I just need to make a block to go from here to there that's this high. When I put this thing back down on the ground, the suspension's going to close that gap, and I'm going to be able to do this real easy. So yeah, I just got to build something to connect those two on both sides. It's time to take it out and see if it goes down the road straight or not. I might be turning right back around and stuffing it right back in the shop. So I'm going to take a spin down the road real quick, and then we'll give y'all some before and after pictures. And then I'll go over some stuff I'm going to do to it next, because it's not quite done. It's not quite done. Let's go. There you have it, the before and after. And I've got myself a great big empty shop. What to do next? Definitely got a PT Cruiser to work on. I got parts for it and everything. I've got to put the tow hitch back on the truck. It's sitting back there in the back. I can't tow anything until I put that on, which is nothing but 6 bolts, 8 bolts. And then there's a block, comes stock with the truck, about that thick, between the leaf springs and the axle in the rear, and it makes the truck a little bit loud. So I need to pull that block out. It's a little too stancy, but I'm gonna drive it for a week like that. We're gonna go around like we're hot rods. And then what? I've got some black plastic stuff that needs to be taken off and painted on the truck. That's gonna happen, but I'm gonna work on that PT Cruiser next, and then we're gonna hit another episode of the truck, finishing up some details. A couple spots I didn't sand, polish up good. So I got my tools scattered everywhere. I want to show y'all something. Here's the tools. That's the spacers I took out from the front, and the tools I used. I kept bringing them out, and yeah, I would stage all my sockets right there, pliers right there, all wrenches, all crescents, all ratchets. Yeah, screwdrivers. That's how I kept it organized and be able to come back and find my socket. Because every time I took a socket off one of these suckers, I sat it right back down here. Now, it might be one of those. I have to search through it, but I won't be looking for that one socket that ended up way over there on that table. And that's how I kept myself going without pulling my hair out. And also, side note, shout out to the guys who fixed my hoist. They put a new seal in that one, and it worked great. It picked up that truck, no problem. Whew. I've got to get across town. I got a bunch of errands to run still. And the one other thing I've got to do, and I started on it. Check this out, guys. This right here is what it looks like. This is cooled down. This is cooled down here. All right. So this is the base to the airbag, and this is the extension needed. And I've got a hole right here. So I'm just going to attach this to the bottom of the airbag, and that's going to sit right there on the axle, and it's going to hold together just like it was stock. Yeah, I just ran out of welding wire. That's how far I got welding that one. I need to weld the cap on and finish the weld down around the bottom and paint them and put them on. So let's go. We got one more episode of the truck to do, and we're probably finished with it. We're going to do another transmission issue with the PT Cruiser, and then I got a Nissan Titan I'm going to do some little stuff on. That might not make a video. Nevertheless, we wrapped it up. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, whatever, and find me out there on the street, and I'll hit you with my train horn. Do it. I dare you. Y'all have a good weekend.